Red leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Was chasing the beer that circled the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
And
You know, we never. I don't know.
Here we are with Laugh
Good
to
evening,
Save.
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to
Laugh
to
to
Save
Save
live.
live.
Look at that. We got a good live. Strong Island Television, Paradise Studios,
Right here in downtown
Beautiful.
Massapequa.
New York.
And today's show is brought to us by
Barasch
Barasch
and
and
McGarry,
McGarry,
lawyers for the 9/11 community.
Right.
We got to do a
Thank
whole.
you, Michael Barasch.
Yes, we were talking before about we're going to do some new stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's funny how we start off the show because we never get it right.
Right.
And people think when they watch a show, we rehearse. It's a well-oiled
we
machine.
look rehearsed. Yeah, very.
No. They think we rehearse
Right.
being so
I
unorganized.
said we look rehearsed.
Yeah, we don't look
But
rehearsed
this
at all.
is just, we're natural.
We're
it's natural.
naturally messed up. Naturally a mess.
Right. You know
I-
what? We like looking goofy.
We are goofy. We are goofy. We don't try to be. I try to be goofy. You're on stage. You're not a goofy guy.
No, I'm not. Right?
No, your material is
How would
very
you
well
explain
written.
it?
You're like a 5 out of 6 things on stage you hit. You know,
Right.
you
right.
got
Not
the
all of
delivery.
it. Yeah.
You got the delivery. You got the material. You're funny. You're just not attractive on stage. You know,
Right.
you don't wear the right outfits to accentuate your boniness.
I never knew this.
You
Is
got
this
to
true?
You got to duct
Look
tape
at this.
it.
It's terrible. It's
It's a big. It's a little big.
It's not
little
though. It's a
puffy.
medium.
What are you wearing that kind of shirt
I
for?
don't even know. I didn't even really look at it. I just put it on the other day.
It's nice. No, it's all right.
I don't know if I like the stripes. It makes me look too thin.
You look beautiful.
That's
I have a few things to talk to you about.
Yes.
Now, last week, number one, you and Roseanne did such a great job
Weren't we good?
co-hosting.
That
I wish-
we are
if
now-
Roseanne could just stick her face in here before she leaves for she had a beautiful Valentine show. Happy Valentine to all the ladies
Look at this.
from
Come on
Guilted
with all
Into
that.
It. What did you guys buy each other flowers?
No.
Look at this
Look at
beautiful
this.
girl, Valentine's Day. Look at her eyes, look so nice.
Oh, look at my eyes. I have makeup
Yes.
on. Don't they look beautiful?
Beautiful. I'm lost
it's-
in your eyes.
And look at how she looks. She looks
So-
like the kid in Miracle on 34th Street.
She looks like she should have been like in an
and she's
Annie
all
movie,
ready. Yeah,
right? She could have been in an Annie movie.
Right.
This one.
So these
I want-
flowers are from a very loyal
Come in
fan
more. You're
to
also
the show.
one of your stalkers.
And yes, and these are from Otto.
Otto. Oh, how
He's
nice.
such a
Yeah.
sweetheart.
How
So
nice. I
now
didn't
he
realize,
sends flowers.
I didn't realize
in
it was
place of
Valentine's
coming.
Day.
Yes, he dropped
I
them
didn't
off.
even
though.
realize.
Oh, he did.
How sweet.
All right.
So-
Well, I just wanted to thank you.
Thank
You did a wonderful job last week filling in for
you.
me.
Well, I always love being on your show.
You guys did such a great job. You made me laugh. I watched the show over again. Great job.
Well,
And
thank you.
Since
welcome.
the surgery, your eyes twinkle.
Oh,
now.
they do.
They do.
Oh, while she's here, last week I went to Wawa because I was in Pennsylvania and I
Oh.
brought you guys the eggs. These are a week old. I
Oh,
bought this is the least favorite thing in Wawa that I
You
hate.
wanted them, right?
Yes, eggs in
Put
plastic.
them in her box. She
have
on the
they
way
been
home.
in a refrigerator at least?
I have been sitting on these in the car every day just to keep them fresh.
Oh.
Isn't that what the chickens do?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
They don't have, I hope they don't have bird flu.
do you want me to open it and give one to you? That would be the
You
right
eat
thing
it
to do.
now.
Or should I give them both to Richie?
You
Would
should give them both to
you'd be
Richie.
all right with
I'd be
that?
okay with that.
All right, well, you both. And I got you though the famous Wawa pretzel,
Yeah.
which is a week old,
Oh,
hard as a
wow.
rock, but happy Valentine's
It
Day.
is. Oh,
No, don't
leave
do
her
it.
alone. Leave her alone.
All right,
You're the best.
all right. Thank you, darling.
I'm definitely leaving with more than I came with.
Yes, happy Valentine's.
By the way,
all the
wait,
beautiful ladies
Roseanne,
from Guilted Into
I
It.
go March something to Rafalov.
Do you really?
March 2nd.
Good for you. You're going to be so happy.
I hope.
Do you realize we're on the air? You guys
Can-
are having like personal
Yeah.
discussions here. We're
Love you
on the
guys.
air. Monica, we just took 2 minutes.
Hi,
of your
everyone.
time.
Great show.
All right, see ya.
Wasn't that nice? We had
Yes.
nice guests and didn't even know it.
Now, did you notice did you see me walk into the studio? Do you see I have a new pep in my step?
You're
Do you
happy.
see it?
You're so
No, it's
springy.
the new bidet But we put in my bathroom, in the basement. Oh boy, I'm reading books on the bowl. This isn't. Have you ever bidet?
No.
Now they're telling me you're supposed to use the bidet like after you go to the bathroom.
Right.
I'm hanging out there. I put my little end table.
Yeah.
I'm doing work with that bidet running. It's delicious, Richard. Do you have one?
No.
I'm going to buy you a bidet seat.
I don't even know what it's for. I know it's for
It's
your
to clean
back.
you out. Like you could do male, female. There's a little dial. So male, female, and it's delicious.
What made you want to get this bidet?
Well, it was a gift. It was a gift for my family.
They said, you know what Dad needs?
Yeah, they said,
bidet.
stop scratching your ass and get a bidet.
Are you itchy? Do you have an itchy problem?
Not anymore, Rich. Not anymore. You need to come. Are you in a rush? Can you come back to my house? Eat the eggs on the bowl. Hey, I'm telling you, you're gonna enjoy it. Thank you for taking
my
it.
goodness,
It's very enjoyable.
You love it. Wow.
All right, what else did I
Everybody
want?
raves about it.
Today in Animal Nursery School with
Yeah.
Lillian, Virginia, Lollapalooza, Petunia, LaRocchia. Q is the animal for the day. What is it, Rich? What would you guess it was?
Koala.
Koala. Oh, is koala start with a Q? Okay.
Wow.
What does koala start with?
Yeah, I had to ruin it.
You had me
Just go
going
along
too.
with it.
I'm like, quail was the only one I could think of. And I'm
Well,
like,
wait, Qantas Airlines is a Q.
it's not Koala Airlines.
Oh,
It's Qantas. And
a
Qantas
Q.
is not an animal.
Finish this. I got to tell you something.
Well, the whole family said quail. And then when you just said koala,
Wait,
I'm
I
like,
live in Quail Run.
oh,
It's
do you?
amazing. I would have thought of that.
So anyway, it was quail. We were all excited. She paints the little quail and brings it home. You know, it's a big deal. We go crazy.
So I got to tell you one thing.
Go.
So this week I sit at night and I watch YouTube, right?
Right.
Now, I'm not kidding you. 20 years ago, I got something in the dollar store, and it's children's blocks,
Okay.
right? Except it's like from China or something.
Right.
And
You know the blocks are from China?
because they say
In
weird
the Chinese.
things like
They're in Chinese.
C for chrysanthemum, it's like chrysanthemum.
What is chrysanthemum
That's a
start with?
flower.
Yeah, but what did they start with?
And then it says peaches and
Right.
it's cherries on the
No.
block. Yeah. But one of them,
That's why you
what
kids
really caught my
didn't
eye
learn, yeah.
was B
For
beer. It's children's blocks, right?
yeah.
So I sent the package to Jay Leno back on the Tonight Show.
No.
And I never heard back from them.
Yeah.
But I'm on YouTube the other night and it said Jay's Dollar Store
Right.
items. And there it is.
You managed.
So am I a writer for Jay Leno now, or
Absolutely.
a writer for the Tonight Show?
Hey, it's Patrick McDonald. It's Johnny
Hello,
Plug
Patrick.
time. Patrick, one of our heroes, one of our veteran heroes.
Great.
And he's our biggest fan. Thank you, Patrick. We love you.
So it qualifies me, right?
Absolutely.
With a Q.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wanted to. You're watching a lot of YouTube, and there's a lot of. I'm stuck on these food shows: best hot dog, best hamburger.
Yeah.
And I guess once you start watching them, you start getting best pizza.
Yeah.
You have any? You watch any of those?
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, I thought about something when I went to the hospital the other day. I get excited to go to the cafeterias in the hospitals. Something's wrong with me.
I like it too.
Something is wrong with me.
Not in like a nursing home though. Those I don't like.
Well,
They don't have
really
a store, but when they put the food on the table.
No, that's different. That's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
I'm talking about a cafeteria in the hospital.
I do too.
And I got the idea. I think you and I should travel to some local hospitals and do a segment on food, cafeteria food in hospitals.
Right, like the cuisine.
The cuisine, like, hey, don't have your heart surgery done here, but the burgers, something like that.
When my wife was in Southside Hospital with our birthing our children,
Birthing your children.
I actually look forward to going down to the cafeteria like every
to
day,
get away
like,
from your wife.
Yeah. No, but I would
Oh.
get the big I said today is a French dip. They had that, and she was nice, and she's chewing on ice cubes.
I know.
She couldn't.
We're terrible.
But it was
We are
so
terrible.
unbelievable. And it was like $2 because it's subsidized.
Yeah.
Like sometimes-
Well, this one wasn't subsidized, but
Oh.
my dad was in the hospital 2 months ago. I did the
Yeah.
same thing. The poor guy's up there eating crackers, and I'm coming up because I didn't want to be out too long, and I break out the sandwich, and he's looking at me like.
I wonder why it's so good. Do you think the doctors require a certain level of
Well, some hospitals have a separate cafeteria for the staff. Some do.
It's the same one, but they go in a different.
They go in a different door or something. So anyway, I thought that was kind of funny.
I like that. Let's do that.
We got we're 10 minutes in. The snow shoveling.
Yeah.
How'd you do? Oh, you don't have to shovel.
I don't have to shovel. I live in a.
Not even your steps.
I only have to pay $800 a month to have.
What a bargain!
Shovel. Yeah.
No, really, that's
$800 a month every month.
Not to shovel.
No, but that's my maintenance fee.
All right, but you get to use the pool.
Yeah.
Is there a pool?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think there was. So, and you get to use the pickleball courts.
That's true.
And you get to look at your elderly neighbors, right? You talk about your elderly neighbors. So that's worth it.
Yeah.
That's worth it.
So what happened with your shoveling?
Well, I was exhausted. I was doing and I used to have a snowblower.
Right.
I can't say this on the air. My daughter reminded me. I said it. I used to have a small snowblower, right? And I would blow the whole block. I told my daughter one year.
That's great.
I took the snowblower out and I said to my family, and I blew the whole block. Anyway, with the snowblower, I blew the whole block. Right? So
you told them snowblower after.
No.
Hey, everybody, I just blew the whole block.
Yeah, I used that
with my snowblower. What'd she say? I never saw you laugh this way.
Oh, because I didn't
blew the whole block.
Because I didn't want to say it, and I couldn't help myself. So anyway, now I'm out there shoveling because my snowblower was broken, right?
Yeah.
And my neighbor comes out across the street. The guy I used to blow his thing with my snowblower, right? He's out there with a bigger one than I ever had, and he's going right up to him, and I'm out there like this. And I'm going, he's going to come over.
Because you did his.
Yeah, and it's huge.
You know why? He didn't want to break his snowblower.
No, so now I'm going like this. Look. Oh! I'm going, oh! He must be deaf. Then I kind of figured it out.
What?
My daughter used to date his grandson, and she broke up with him. And I think that may have something to do with it.
Really?
Freaking LaRocchia kids.
Oh.
So I was so tired. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to commercial, and we're going to come back with our special pickleball segment with Bridget Kavanaugh.
If you spent time downtown on 9/11 or in the 8 months after, you were exposed to toxic air and may be eligible for compensation from the $10 billion 9/11 Victim Fund. But most people who qualify still haven't claimed what they're entitled to.
I worked downtown. I didn't die. I was an office worker. I felt like there were others who deserved the money more than I did.
A major reason people haven't claimed the money they're due is guilt. They feel guilty claiming funds when others died or were first responders.
I heard there were 9/11 funds, but because I wasn't a first responder, I did not apply.
You do not have to be a first responder to qualify. This fund was created for everyone who worked, lived, or attended school south of Canal Street, who may have experienced or have experienced respiratory illness or any of the 68 cancers linked to the toxins. Even if you have a family history of cancer, there is a presumption linking most cancers to the toxins.
I thought it was too late to make a claim. My spouse worked downtown at a bank and died of cancer. Honestly, I just haven't felt up to it.
The government's $10 billion Victim Fund and Health Program have been permanently extended. You just need to have been below Canal Street on 9/11 or at any time in the following 8 months. To see if you qualify, call or go to 911fund.com to speak to a representative of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
There are many reasons people who are eligible for compensation are not stepping up to claim it. To those who are holding back, I would say just take the first step. Ask for help. Make the call. It's not too late.
I called and I qualified.
I qualify.
I qualify.
Millions of dollars remain unclaimed. You do not have to be seriously ill to qualify.
Not yet.
No, not yet. And we're back with Let the Same Sides Live. Butch doesn't want us to have water bottles. That's why we have him here like this. A little joke for Butch. But the audience wouldn't understand the joke, so I had to explain the joke. All right. Anyway, Anyway, pickleball this week. It was the last week before the playoffs. And Bridget played with me, so I figured it's Valentine's Day. Bridget's hanging around. I thought it would be a good time. Let's talk pickleball. Oh, that was a home run. Anyway, what a week this week. I won't be there next week for the playoffs. Bridget's going to be playing with Olivia. And as Bridget always says, now we're going to lose because I'm playing with Olivia.
I never want to.
She never said. Oh, it was me that said that. That was me that said that.
A little bitterness.
A little bit. No. Bridget, let me tell you something about Bridget out on the court. Tiger.
Yeah.
A tiger. I'm out there having a little fun.
Are you aggressive?
Very aggressive, right?
Only when it's warranted. Only when it's
Do you
warranted.
look for your weakness on the other team?
Do you smile and laugh?
No.
Do I make you smile and laugh at all on the court? Not at all, right?
No.
You don't get into my humor on the court at all.
No, I get into a little bit, but I you know what it's like. I'm competitive, but not in a way that I'm like. I don't think I'm annoying about it. I think I get frustrated when I play bad.
No, well,
and if the other team is being bad sports.
Well, that's what we want to talk about for the next 2 minutes. So we went 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And very competitive games, except the one team that's hard to beat them. Yeah. He's really good. But the other 2 games were competitive. You listen to me?
I'm listening.
And we lost 2 and we won 2 of the other games.
Right.
The last game we played against a team that we thought we were going to beat pretty easily. And we didn't realize the young kid. How old was that kid with the?
I don't know.
And he started with the smashing.
What, 10 or 15?
30?
30s.
Oh,
30s.
Okay, so
very athletic. He jumped on one shot. I don't remember this. So high and smashed it.
Yes.
Do you remember the one that hit me in the chest?
Yes.
And
one almost hit me.
Did you see what I did when it hit me in the chest?
What?
Like this. Watch.
That's it. Yeah, that's powerful.
That was, I wanted, but when I turned around, did you see? I went, Bridget again.
Yeah. I had to resuscitate you.
Yes. So we went back, and when Bridget looked at me, and I looked at Bridget, and she says, "Let's kill this."
No, I didn't do that. He looked at me.
You
looked at me, and he goes, "You hate him, right?" And I said, "Yeah."
And then if Bridget hates him, teammate.
That's it. Done.
And we went after him. We didn't care if we won. We just kept smashing it. Smash. And we won, though. We won 11-9. We won 11-9.
Oh, we did?
We did. We won that game.
Oh, we did win that game.
So next week in the playoffs, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready? She's playing with Olivia. I'm going to be in Florida, spring training.
Oh.
Right. Abandoning me.
Abandoning her.
11th hour.
That's all right. You're a good player.
We're in like the C bracket.
Yes.
It's not.
Yeah, C or D. We might be in the D bracket.
Yeah, we're not going for.
But let me tell you, first season that I played with Bridget this much. Thank you.
Of course.
I enjoy playing with you.
Wait,
because
I want to hear what happened.
To the guy?
How is he playing when you play with him? Is he good?
Oh, I'll say this. Yes. However.
No, don't go. Just yes. And let's bring on our next guest.
Because he likes to take control. Sometimes he'll jump over and then look at me and he goes, "Was I on your side?" And I'm like,
here's what I go. I go over like this. I go, "Was I on your side?" What do you say?
Yes.
No, make the face.
Yes. Yeah.
Sometimes she doesn't answer.
Sometimes she doesn't say anything. I'm just.
Yeah, and then I'm like, "Oh my God, she's mad at me." She gets mad at me.
Because you're actually probably not even allowed to say anything. So
she's allowed. She's allowed.
But
thank you very much. Happy Valentine's Day.
You too, John.
And you too. And yeah, we're gonna go to
people say happy Valentine's.
Valentine's. What did I say?
Valentine's Day.
Oh, we're not going to another commercial.
No,
all right. No, we got to let Bridget go because we got to bring in this guest. She's got to go.
Well,
you got things to do. You said anyway.
I guess I'm leaving.
Thank you,
Happy
Bridget.
Valentine's.
Thank you so much fun to play with Bridget. Have a nice. All right, let's bring out our next guest. She is from September's Missions. I know her for I'm going to estimate over 20 years. She'll put me in my place too. This one. Let's bring out Monica Ican. Come on, Monica. How many years?
Oh my God. I've been doing it for 23 years. So when did you come about? I came in and I started 10 days after. I have no idea. A lot of it at the beginning is a blur.
Me too. But I remember going out to dinner with you and your girls one night in the city and another gentleman and walking back and your girls, I was going to estimate one of them had to be 4 years old.
Probably.
How old is she now?
Oh, we have 17 and 19.
Yeah, so it's that.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm almost an nester.
So, Monica, explain who you are. Monica lost her husband on 9/11 and has done wonderful work since then. And I always say how proud your husband would be of you, and a lot of the ladies that I know that lost their husbands, because you have. I know you have your bad days, obviously, but you have done such good work and had such strength. And it's an honor to know you. Talk about your husband a little bit and what you did after 9/11.
Well, I was blessed to have Michael Patrick Eichen as my soulmate at the time. I met him on 9/11, 1999. I was blessed to have him for 2 whole years. And then on 9/8, he turned 37. And then 3 days later, he was gone. So it was something to wrap your brain around. We were happily married. We were looking forward to being parents. I was trying to get pregnant. I almost thought I was pregnant on 9/11. Thank God I was not, because I wouldn't want to have a baby without him. That was his dream, to be a father. He didn't know his father. So it was a big deal for him to be a parent. And he was so excited on 9/11 because he was getting his last sailing certificate excuse me. Yeah, so he was very excited to do that. And he was like, we'll see you later. And we both, the irony here is that we both forgot that it was our anniversary. It was like we thought it was 9/12, but it actually was 9/11. I think we had this mental block. Thank God I spoke to him twice that day. He was fine. Everything was fine. I totally thought he got out the whole time. And when the reality and the nightmare set in that he wasn't coming home to me, I went on a mission. There was no way, no how. I don't care what was going to go on the planet. They were not building over dead people. Those souls were precious souls. And people thought I was crazy, but I was like, no, God said I'm going on a mission. And I went on it. And I was happy to do it because to this day, I have no remains of poor Michael, but I have this beautiful memorial museum and I can go there anytime. And by the way, it was going to be 0 acres. So from 16 to 8, I'm very impressed with myself that I was able to make that happen.
Yeah.
They said it would never happen.
You had something to do with the museum, what was going to be in there?
Oh no, I was involved since 10 days after. So I worked on getting the acreage, and then the museum was an after thing. It wasn't like the main focus at the time.
Right.
First of all, we had to secure acreage. 16 acres was 0 acres, and then we got half of it. So we were so blessed. That's why I'm writing my book. It's so important that people understand the real story, because I think there's a confusion that this just happened. It did not happen. It nearly killed me to make it happen. Right. It was pure torture to deal with all the stakeholders, all the politicians, all the families. Who wants what? Who doesn't want it? Da, 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 da. It's real estate. No, Silverstein was like, no, go have babies. Excuse me? I just lost my husband. What?
What was the committee? How many people were on the committee? Was there like a
committee? Because there was a million of them. So which one are we talking about? So I became in January of 2002, Pataki signed me to the Family Advisory Committee, and that pretty much started the process. But I was working with Giuliani, former mayor, when he was quite normal and very good at the time. And then what happened was Bloomberg came in. So Giuliani was on board with making sure we had secured the whole 60 acres, but no one else was except for Ma and Giuliani. But it was okay. We can negotiate. I was willing to take the 8 as long as we had the 2 footprints and we had the remains where the majority of remains were found, which was in the pool in between the 2 towers in the bedrock. So where the PATH station was in the Marriott.
Is that where the blue wall is, behind that wall?
Yeah. So we have actually right there, we have 8,000 remains that are still unidentified. Some have been, and they stay there. What they do is, it's fascinating. They go in at night when the museum is closed, and they take them out and they bring them back. So this process is still going on.
Yeah.
And you can decide if you want to know or not. And at the end of the day, I have to be honest with you. If Michael is never found, it's okay, because he took his last breath, his last step at that beautiful place that I can go and celebrate on 9/8, his birthday, not his death. I can decide if I want to do that.
Right.
Go there anytime I feel like it. And that is a blessing. It is the best. God is so good. He made that memorial happen. He made that.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's the best place. It's the third visited place all over the world. It's so inspiring. And to think about 100 million, get this, 100 million children have been born since that day. So my goal as an educator is to make sure, and a humanitarian, that we keep that memory alive and make sure these children who weren't here know how important it is. And so this never happens to them ever in a lifetime. So that's my goal now, to write my book, to make sure.
What's the book? Tell us about the book.
You want to know my stories now?
Tell us.
All the truth is coming out of this book.
Well, we don't have to know just what is the name of the book, what is it about,
why. You know why? Because everyone said, why are you doing a book? Why did you do this work? Why blah blah blah? Everything is why for me. Like, really? Why would I not do it? I lost my soulmate. He's not here with me anymore. He's been built over, and I don't even have remains of him. So the why is you fight for things that you believe in, and that's a God thing. Like God said, you're going to fight for this. You're going to make this happen. We had all these souls, and we keep having. Now we have all these first responders dying. We have more first responders who have died since 9/11 than the souls that we lost.
Yep.
This is why we keep fighting for this memorial and this museum, and making sure we never forget.
You just said a key word, Monica. People at home, people outside of this world that you're living, don't realize the bureaucracy behind this. And
no,
it's tremendous. It sounds like. So was it more the fact that you were fighting to have this done, or just people were not losing interest but didn't want to be bothered? What was it?
It was legit fight. Because I have to be honest with you, they said it was so. So get this, I'm a native New Yorker. I was 31 when it happened, and I, grew up with the towers. I grew up on the Upper East Side.
Right.
So everybody, all of a sudden, when this happens, you're like, first of all, you're like, this is not happening. This can't be happening. I watched the plane go in. I watched everything happen on live TV, like the whole world did. And then you're like, someone says to you, it's prime real estate. I'm like, excuse me? Like,
weird.
It didn't even digest to me until someone spewed it out. I'm like, I don't even care if it's 100 times prime real estate. You're not building over dead people.
Right.
It's disgusting. Right. I was
well, thank God, because it's great.
I was actually mortified that I was living in a place where somebody would say we build over dead people, when they found the property downtown with the African burial.
Valuable. Yeah.
They were building over that. So why do you think you can build over 9/11?
Now listen, we only got a few minutes.
Okay, good.
Book. What is the title of the book?
It's going to be called Why, and it's going to be talking about everything I've done since fruition. And people better watch out, because they're not going to be so happy.
I'm sure there's a lot of people.
I know everything. I was everywhere. I was there 10 days after. I was at every meeting. I know everything that went on. I know all the dirt, the juice.
This is important. It's important.
People better be scared right now, because they're going to be like,
good. So it should be. It's called Why.
Why?
Why? That's it. Just why?
It's why. It's gonna be. It's a love story with advocacy and telling the truth. I know the truth.
I love it.
Where can we find it?
It's not. Hello. It's coming out for the 25th anniversary of 9/11. I have a year and a half. I'm feeling pressure. Thank God for AI, because AI. All I have to do is go Monica Aiken. He goes, I'm like, oh, I like this person, like this AI thing.
Well, when the book comes out, we'll have you back on.
Yeah, definitely.
We're gonna be. Trust me, this book is gonna be very.
Monica, great
Thank
seeing
you for having me. You're doing great.
It was great seeing you. You need people like that.
So incredible.
Yeah, to fight for things.
But it's amazing, even where people are mourning for so long. She actually grabbed the bull by the horns right up front and said, "This needs to be done."
Yeah. First time I met her, you felt that feisty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so we're going to bring out our next guest. Excuse me. I don't want to say I worked with the chief. I worked at the same time he did. Always respected him. He just retired. I said, "Why don't you come on a show? Our hero segment. Can we play our hero segment? We should have played it before Monica too. But do we have our hero segment before we bring out?"
Nice.
Chief Freddie La Femina.
How you doing, John? How you
Chief,
doing, brother?
Could you turn your phone this way, sideways?
This way?
Yeah, let's see if you flip. There
you
go. Now we got more of you. More of that beautiful face.
Yeah, you don't need. How you doing, brother?
Excellent seeing you. I have to say, I spoke a little bit about the chief before. This gentleman here, he's never going to call himself a hero. I know how firefighters are. He's a hero. Wasn't only a chief, he was the chief of rescue operations. Those are the firefighters that save the firefighters. For the general public out there, these are the guys that when firefighters get in trouble, they go, I hope rescue, I hope the squads are here. And this guy was in charge of those units. He was the captain of Rescue 1, another elite unit in the fire department, Squad 270, a lieutenant in Rescue 4. These are all elite units, Richie. That says a lot about who this man is. Then nationally, he was a task force leader for FEMA, USAR. There he is, Chief Freddie La Femina on our show today. We're lucky to have him. Hey, Chief.
Thanks, John. I'm humbled to be here, brother.
Oh, like I said, we never really worked together, but anytime we spoke, a little laugh. You're so funny. You give me a little dig, and then watching you in action, I'm like, man, this guy's a firefighter's firefighter, and it was an honor to work with people like you.
Thanks, John. But we actually did work together. I covered in hazmat a couple of times. You were working.
Yeah.
And you guys always made me look good. I never had the answers for the Chiefs, and you guys would give me the answers to the problems that needed to be solved.
Yeah, well, I'm happy we're able to do that. So tell us a little bit about, you just retired, correct?
Not just, John. I got my little issue in 2009. So in 2011, I officially retired.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't realize it was that long ago.
Yeah, long time.
All right. So you did some national stuff.
I did. I continued to work for FEMA Urban Search and Rescue program, and I did evaluations on task forces throughout the country. Then I evaluated them on their level of readiness. After about a year or two of that, I kind of said, you know what, I had enough of this, and I just play golf, and I'm down in Florida right now, hanging out with a lot of retired brothers and enjoying myself.
Well, you earned it. We're coming down to Florida to do some shows. I'll talk to you over the next few days. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So any stories you can give us, because I know when I teach all over the country, you walk into a room and you say, oh yeah, I was with the FDNY. Man, that puts you up on another level with most of these students. And the reason that is because of guys like this, that they respect the FDNY so much, all these departments, because of guys like this. Can you give us any stories like that where you did some work around the country?
Well, John, I did lots of training throughout the country as far as lecturing, and mostly on special operations, building collapse, scuba diving, high angle rope rescue, trench rescue. Once you walk in the room, They know you from the FDNY. You know, we set the standard for the world. We didn't set the standard for just, national rescue. We set the standard, throughout the world. And I was able to do that. Like I did teaching in Russia, Spain, France, Italy. And I'm
Wow.
sure I know many of you guys have done the same.
Yeah, I went to Newark and Jersey City.
Okay, I've been there. I've been there.
Out of all the fire departments all over the world, what one did you walk into and go, "Wow, they got it together"? Like,
they all have it. They all have it together. The brothers are the same everywhere. I'll give you a quick funny story. I was in Russia, and they didn't speak English, and I didn't speak Russian, of course.
Right.
And the captain was speaking to me through an interpreter, and the guy seemed like a little pissed off. And I said to the captain, I said, "Cap, are they kind of upset that I'm here and upsetting their tour or day?" And he said, "No." He said, "They haven't gone to a fire in a couple of days. That's why they're all pissed off." And that's true of in New York City. I was in the squad or the rescue. Summertime came. It wasn't that busy. Guys would start, getting pissed off at each other because we had too much time on our hands. So I found globally that the brothers are the same no matter where you go. And it was good. It was all good.
They want to go out. They want to respond. They want to do good work.
They want to work. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly. I find it anywhere.
John, even your guy, you were in the hazmat. Like, you guys, you had your specialty, but you were the guys. You were the guys who set the standard for that, that type of work. And you know how it is. That's just the way it was. And
Chief,
everybody else admired that.
Yeah, I just taught a class in Newark, Jersey City for their UASI teams.
Sure, UASI,
2 weeks ago, 4 days. I developed the class myself, but I go in the room and I say to the guys, if I can impart anything that my guys, I said, because before 9/11, I was not the guy. Nobody came to me and asked me a question. There was 10 guys smarter than me who knew everything, and it seemed like we lost some of the smartest guys on 9/11. And then after 9/11, people were coming to me and going, "John, what do you think?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm the guy." But thank God I had those guys who imparted some knowledge on me and how to deliver it, that even to this day, I'll get in front of a class and I'll go, "Hey, you know who told me that?" And that's a great feeling when you can say,
it was passed on.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely, John. Good leaders, but good people around them. But in your day, before 9/11, we had Phil McCarter, so we could ask Phil anything. He always had the good answers for me.
Yeah, I was just on the phone with him yesterday.
He was great. I was at a job one day in the 2-8 and 2-8 battalion, and I'm in hazmat, and the chief, he had been my former captain, and he said, "Fred, what's going on, this and that?" So I said, "Speak to this guy." So Phil gave him the whole rundown, and he looks at me, the chief, and he says, "Is he legit?" I go, "He's legit. Whatever he tells you, that's what we're doing."
Yeah.
And that's the way you guys want. Good leaders depend on the men with them,
right,
to make sure that the operation goes smooth,
and to be able to trust them and to get. I always say to guys, what's very important is, if you don't know, say you don't know. Don't BS.
Exactly.
People respect. The first class I taught at the FDNY, you'll understand this. I was supposed to see the 80-hour technician class, 80 hours of hazmat training.
Yeah.
I never taught the class. So they said, watch Tony Musafidi teach the class 3 times, and then you're going to take over the class. And we use other instructors, but you're the lead, right? Then the lieutenant turned around the next day and said, "Tony wants to go to squad 18 tomorrow. You got the class." I go, "Never taught the class." So what did I do? I got in front of the class and I said, "Guys, here's what happened to me. I've never taught the class. They threw me out here. And here's what I said 20 times a day. I don't know, but I'll find out. I call anybody on lunch, messages, come back. The best plaque, Chief, I ever got in my life. After that class, they gave me a plaque, and it said, he didn't know, but he found out."
He found out, right. And you didn't give bad information. Bad information. No information is better than bad information.
My father used to be a big union guy, contracting, heavy equipment engineer in the city, and his word of advice to me growing up was, he goes, "Never be the guy that knows anything."
Right.
You're going to be working double the job. You don't know anything. Right. Be stupid. Be a stupid guy.
Do you have a quick story? Could be a funny story about one of the brothers we lost on 9/11. I find that it's just another way to remember them when we bring up their name.
Okay.
And I know you knew a bunch of guys.
Yeah, it was quick.
He knows so many guys.
I got a funny story, because do you remember Dave Weiss in Rescue 1?
I would know
Dave always had he was kind of like always a wise guy. So I'm covering there as a captain. At the time, I'm covering. It's before 9/11. And next door to the firehouse was a big high-rise building. And you remember the show NYPD Blue?
Sure.
Well, Nicholas Totoro lived next door, and he was a pretty famous actor at the time.
Sure.
So we're standing in front of quarters like we do, and say hello to people. So he double parks his car, Nick. So he comes over to the firehouse, and he says, "Hey, guys, I'm going to leave my car." And they used to let them leave the car, the guys, once in a while, as long as it wasn't there all night.
Right.
So Dave says to him, "You got to move the car." He says, No, they let me park here. I don't know you, but, the bosses let me park here. So Dave says, "I don't know who you are." He goes, "Oh, wait a second. Are you the guy? You're the actor, right, on NYPD Blue?" And I'm standing right there. I'm waiting to hear how it's going to go. So the guy goes, "Yeah, I'm Nick Totoro. I'm on the show." He says, "Oh, I love that show. I can't believe it, Nick. I'm a big fan." He goes, "Oh, good." He goes, "Now you got to move the car, though. Get it out of the way."
That's with a straight face, right?
Great story.
Yeah.
What department was Steve Buscemi in?
What house? He was in Manhattan.
Steve was a 55 engine. He only did. I know guys. Actually, Mike Fitzgerald was my chauffeur in Rescue 4. He went to Proby school with him. He was pretty close. Steve only did 9 years, but I did meet Steve on the pile. So when the incident occurred, the Trade Center, he was there the next day, and he was working with us right there. So he's a special kind of guy. He really is. Yeah, he does a lot.
Next time I see you, do you want the hard-boiled eggs from Wawa? I got these 2 hard-boiled eggs I got last week at Wawa.
He'll hold on.
I'll hold on to them for you.
Yeah, and they're doing dollar coffees till the 20th. So it's if you get here before February 20th, dollar coffees. Yeah.
Like a true chief. That's the one advice I would be looking for. Where is the coffee $1? And
the Wawa. You got to go to the Wawa.
What part of Florida are you in?
Right now I'm sitting in Delray Marketplace. I saw a good band with my wife.
Nice.
And I'm sitting by one of the restaurants that's closed. I just copped the seat, and it's about 79 degrees.
Nice.
Very nice. It's good. It's a good life.
I'm going down next week, Saturday, for spring training. But I'm going to Port St. Lucie with my son and my grandson.
So you're going to see the Mets, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. Down here.
Are you a Yankee fan?
No, I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm not running to Tampa to see them. So we have the Nationals and the Astros in West Palm.
Oh, nice.
Very close to here. So when the Mets come down, I go to the games there.
Enjoy. All right, so I'm going to call you to see we're down there and see if we can bring a show down there.
Yeah, John, let me know. Whatever you need, don't hesitate to ask.
All right, Chief. Thanks so much.
Thanks, brother.
So much. Nice meeting
Good
you.
seeing you. You too, brother. Take care, man.
Retired Chief of Rescue Ops.
Wow.
I'm telling you, these guys
train.
They train.
Of knowledge.
Yeah, they train and they train and they train. And like I said, when he walks into a room,
they know.
All over the country.
What happens when you walk in the
room? They walk out.
They
go to lunch. Is our other guest on there yet?
Is our guest there?
I don't see. Is Frankie there?
Oh, where's Frankie?
All right. So we'll do. We'll go. We will show another commercial, and I'm going to call Frankie, even though I said not to. Let's go to commercial.
We'll be right back.
Yep.
I'm Sorry to bother you, but I have 30 seconds to give you a very important message. My name is Arthur Lee. I'm the CEO and inventor of LifeVac, a simple choking rescue device that could save a life in a choking emergency. We've saved over 3,000 lives now, but we're not there. 5,000 people a year choke to death, one child every 5 days. Please consider protecting your family in a choking emergency with LifeVac. Go to lifevac.net today. Thank you for your time.
And we're back with Laughter Saves Lives live.
All right, I called Frankie.
And right now, John was trying to get rid of our next guest, little error.
I was trying to get rid of her?
No.
Get in touch with her.
Get in touch with her. Did I say rid?
Yes, she said rid.
We're trying to get her on the show.
Well,
but,
and the reason I'm trying to get her on.
Send her the link.
I just sent her the link. Is she on there? I can't see people by the camera. You had your class, your stand-up class.
Stand-up university.
And listen, guys, I know we plug Richie's class a lot, but even if you don't want to be a stand-up comic, if you want to feel more comfortable around people, like I just taught this class. I just taught
right.
25% of that class was laughs. You know, cops and firemen, you have to entertain them to teach them because they don't want to sit in the seats. But just in general in life, if you're a speaker, you got to give things at work, whatever, and you don't have that sense of humor, there's a great way to start to get a few jokes in there about what and people listening.
You want to know what's funny? Every class, we've been doing it now for 25 years, way over 1,500 graduates from last count. Every class, for some odd reason, always has a drummer or a lawyer. And we don't know why. But we had one lawyer take it years ago. He wanted to get his whole firm to take the class because for in front of a jury,
right?
To break that ice and have
If
some
they
humor.
like you, if they like you.
Except he couldn't get his partners to agree to it. They're like, we're not going to comedy school. But
it
was a bad move. I think a bad move.
I was thinking about something. I woke up last night thinking about you.
Yeah.
And I was thinking if we became rich, right? Because we wouldn't become rich from our stand-up acts. If anybody has seen us on stage, that's not going to get us the money. But if we became rich, what would be your first thing you bought that you would never buy, like a little frivolous thing that you didn't
frivolous
need?
Or big?
Yeah, they had to be big, but like you'd be like, all right, I need to pay these bills. But the first thing you'd go, I don't really need this, but I'm going to get it because I have a lot of money. Is that a good question?
That's a great question. Isn't it? I pretty much have everything I need. See, I'm a guy, if it's not in the deli, I don't need it.
Oh, Frankie's here.
Hey, there she is.
I had to download Google Chrome.
Did you just get the link?
Yeah, I got it.
But you just got it now, right?
Yeah.
I'm
it
sorry.
Doesn't matter. She's on. I'm sorry.
Yes.
So Frankie just graduated last night in the big show, stand-up university.
You get so excited when you talk about your class.
She's so funny. She had us laughing every week in that class. And her dad came to me originally and goes, my daughter should take this class. She's really, really funny. And I go, funnier than you? And he goes, a lot funnier than me. Also, her brother took the class years ago.
It's not hard, though, being funnier than Frank. But her brother was I'm just kidding you, Frankie. Frankie, why?
She did actually had a joke like that. She didn't do it last night about
her dad was
being funnier than her dad.
Why? Now, you're in college still, or you graduated?
I'm graduating over the summer.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are you studying in college?
Criminology.
So you want to be a police officer?
Yes.
Wow. Now a girl her age, she already wants to be a police officer. I mean, that is something commendable because it's hard being a cop these days.
Tell us why you originally went to, she said it in class and we were all laughing.
They took the class?
Scranton.
Oh, that was a joke. I said because I like The Office.
Yeah, she went to Scranton for The Office.
No, I actually.
And then you learned it was nothing like the show.
Right.
No, actually, the people are. It's very similar. Hopefully, it doesn't offend any Scranton, Pennsylvania people, but they're very the way they cast it and the way like the outfits were and just like the dryness of the actors, like
That's how they are.
That's how they are in real life. That's how it was in Scranton.
Yeah, I've been there. So now, why the comedy class?
It was a Christmas present. It was like really good Christmas
You
present.
never stressed you wanted to do it or try it?
I did for my dad always said, "Oh, you're gonna take the comedy class when you're a little bit older." He's been saying it since he took it the first time.
Yeah.
And then I went to Aiden's show last class's run.
Very funny. He took the class last time.
And I said, "Dad, I want to do this now." And he said, "Okay." And it was a good Christmas gift. It was in my stocking.
Yeah.
So now, are you interested in doing stand-up?
Yeah, I think so.
So, but you have to. It's in the beginning, you got to do all those open mics.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get that material together. But because we know the dad, you got it in.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
She gets a few, 5 solid minutes.
Yeah,
I'll put her on a show.
Right.
Look
at that. See, you have a connection.
Yeah. So most people, say laughter saves lives. But you still. We'll have you on the show.
So tell us one of your funny little.
Ooh, you put her on the spot.
Oh.
Well, which one? Which one do you think is the funniest?
What is your funniest?
I don't know.
What do you like to talk about?
That's subjective. I think my joke when I went, I invited my whole family.
Oh, great.
Even my grandparents.
What happened to her? Tell me what happened when you invited your whole family to come.
I invited my whole family. I even invited my grandparents, but they died. They could have just told me they didn't want to come.
That's like John's family. That's great.
No, my family doesn't have to die not to come. They just say they're not coming. Yeah. They just say they're not coming. That's funny. That's funny, Frankie. Frankie, isn't that a great name? Do you like when a girl has a guy's name? I love that.
It is, but it isn't. It's like Sammy. Like what
no,
is but
Sammy,
Frankie?
Sammy?
Do they call you Frankie outside the class?
Yeah, all my friends do. My mom's side of the family does. My dad's side of the family doesn't.
Yeah. Not Francesca.
It's Francesca. If my professors
hear that.
Yeah, if my my professors, I don't correct. I don't say I like this name. I just let them call me Francesca.
Right. You just want a good grade.
Yeah, that's
so
all I care about.
Feedback after last night. Did everybody have fun?
All my friends were like, they were like, I knew you were funny, but I didn't know you were like hilarious like that. And I was like, yeah, like you have to I was like, I told you, because they were asking me, they were like, oh, is this gonna be cringy? Like, am I gonna be laughing? And I was like, hope. I was like, I don't know.
Do you know? Go ahead.
No. I was just saying, did you have fun?
I had. It's almost like a blur.
Yeah, because you're nervous. You're so nervous.
I just to see when I think about it, I just see the bright lights.
When I'm putting on a big show, and I'm making pretty good money, I still get nervous knowing Richie is also on that show.
Right.
Because people are going to watch him too and go,
can he do the job? They look at when they see me right away.
And then afterwards they go,
But each week she brought the funny to the class.
She
was so funny.
Well, she's very likable too.
And this was a very high testosterone class.
A lot of
men.
Yeah, it was. A lot of old divorced men.
The what?
There's a lot of old divorced men.
Now, when you say old, Frankie, when you say old,
what age?
They were in their
talking.
They were not old, but they were older. Old? They were in their 50s.
Oh my God, those old guys!
Disgusting.
I said older. Older.
Oh my God, Frankie! Out, she's out. Look.
Oh wait. Look, they're tuning in. Is Danny Calabrese? He says, "I got to see Frankie last night at the show. She was so funny."
Thank you.
She was.
Yeah, yes. you go with that.
Thank you, Danny.
Do you play that innocent cuteness? Because that's what I get from her. Are you like that on stage?
Peter told me I was to do you guys told me to do the ditzy. But I said that's not a character. I said that's just me. So I guess that ditzy innocent is just
I think innocent.
Who called her ditzy?
No,
Peter?
Her act is very I don't know if it is.
I would say, I could see her playing ditzy. I know she's not.
But you have to hear the material.
Yes.
So you'll know. And then each week she came up with just bizarre kind of stuff. She was all excited that she was wearing these pajama pants that she got.
I'm wearing them right now.
Oh, what are they from? Where are they from?
Primark.
Primark. I had to ask the same question.
They were $7.
Everything for $7.99. Like,
well, you know what's cool about this? We've never had a Laughter Saves Lives comic right from the start out of class, you know. So if we can adopt Frankie, there's the dad
just tuned on.
There's
He said
dad.
she
He's
made me so proud.
So proud. We love
great.
Frank.
Yes.
Hi,
We love
Dad.
Frank. You know, if we can adopt her right from the beginning and watch her grow, that would be awesome.
We just did.
Like in doing some videos with her, and that'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, Frankie, thanks so much for taking the time to come on tonight. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And we will see you on the stage.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
All right. Good night, Frankie.
Bye.
YouTube in another week.
All right.
We got to get on YouTube.
Well,
just type in Frankie Fiella, and also look at her dad too. It's very funny.
Frank didn't show
Fiella.
it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We are out of here. We're not going to be on next week. We'll be on the week after. I'm going down to Florida. Spring training. Let's go, Mets. Gonna go talking to Petey Alonso. Good night, everybody.
Good night.